What's up, Cloud Gamers? Welcome back to the CGX channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at Gears 5 being compared on Xbox Cloud Gaming at 1080p 60 and GeForce NOW's Priority tier also at 1080p 60. So we'll be kind of on an even level playing field there. And what's really interesting about this video is it's the first Xbox game to come to GeForce NOW, so it's not even really so much a competition. This is a partnership and a friendship, and it's awesome to see Xbox embracing the technology GeForce NOW has here to run their game. So I think it's going to be an interesting one to take a look at, and this was a lot of fun to make. Now on Xbox, there's not a lot of settings options. We're just streaming on the PC app at 1080p 60, but here on GeForce NOW we are on an RTX 3060 build. That's what came up each time I launched this game for me here, and we're at 1080p 60 of course, and I've capped it at 60 megabits per second. As far as the settings, we're ultra on everything with a 60 FPS cap here for 1080p, so we're running native resolution of 1080 for the stream and for the game here. So as we get into gameplay, I've said before that Gears 5 is actually a pretty good showcase for what Xbox Cloud Gaming is capable of. It's one of the best looking games there. Now, if we compare side by side here with the Ultra PC settings of GeForce NOW, of course you can see some better color here in the stream itself. There are some better graphics there just due to being on Ultra, although the Series X does a good job of running this game at high settings there and 60 FPS for the most part. Taking a full screen look here at Xbox Cloud Gaming, everything actually just runs really well here. Again, a pretty good showcase game for Xbox Cloud Gaming. Over on GeForce NOW though, you do get that better color and those better graphics here just looking at them together. Now here side by side in this scene, it's pretty apparent too that the Series X version of Gears 5 here is just running really well. I've played through this on console locally, and this plays extremely well in cloud. GeForce NOW runs the PC version very well and at a steady 60 FPS almost all the time. As far as image quality, if you really look, you're going to see that it's much clearer on GeForce NOW. It's just a higher bit rate, it just looks a bit nicer, and everything on Xbox Cloud Gaming is a bit fuzzier, and that's not just for this game, it's for others as well, but you can definitely see the quality upgrade when you're looking at GeForce NOW. And the interesting thing with Xbox Cloud Gaming is we don't really get any settings options where we can change our bitrate or do anything to kind of help out with latency or image quality, as to where GeForce NOW we do have access to a lot more settings to help us deal with those things and make it look the best that it can. Now, Xbox Cloud Gaming offers a decent experience even when it comes to input latency for this game. I don't want to speak for all games on Xbox Cloud Gaming, but again, Gears 5 is kind of a showcase game for Xbox Cloud Gaming, and latency for me here in my area is actually pretty good, and for Gears 5, very good to where I can aim pretty well. You might see some times here where I'm taking a little longer to zero in. You can see me go past my target a little. There's some latency there. When you switch over to GeForce NOW, though, it is a bit tighter. You can probably tell just watching me aim and trying to play here, and of course using controller here on GFN to kind of match the feeling and the experience to Xbox Cloud Gaming, but it's a little tighter. The latency is definitely a bit better here. It feels snappier, and I can kind of zero in on the headshots and the aiming a bit faster here, even with controller. Same thing on another map, just kind of messing around here, and it's just really interesting. Xbox Cloud Gaming is so hit or miss depending on the game you load up for image quality and latency. You just never know till you try it. With GeForce NOW, I do find that it's more consistent, so I'm really looking forward to more Xbox games coming to GeForce NOW. I know we have a ton on the way, and I think they're going to play really well. Now let's take a look at multiplayer. Now on Xbox Cloud Gaming, multiplayer games can be tough because latency, again, can really vary depending on where you're at, but on here, on Gears 5, and even though I haven't played PvP Gears 5 in years, and I have it on something very easy here, latency actually feels pretty good. It's very playable. It's a little bit more floaty than GeForce NOW. You can feel the latency, but you can adapt to it, and you could probably have some fun. If you're not too competitive, it works well. Over on GeForce NOW, just like the campaign, it's a bit snappier. The latency does feel better. I feel like I can aim more, and I would feel more confident when running and gunning and just trying to enjoy some PvP. But that's, you know, that's PC, that's GeForce NOW. I would kind of expect it to run and feel better competitively. But this comparison was a lot of fun because, again, these are really just kind of a friendship partnership thing. It's great to see these games available to people in multiple places. That's kind of Xbox's idea. And if Gears 5 is any indication of how games are going to run on GFN, it's going to be great to see those games come to the service. Alright guys, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. As always, we really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.